I have been wanting to visit Pakistan for so many years now, ever since I heard about the hospitality of its people, the tremendous history, and the breathtaking landscapes. Over the next 2 weeks, I'll be exploring the northern Gilgit-Baltistan region and exploring the untouched beauty of places like Skardu, Hunza, and the fairy meadows. Join me on this once-in-a-lifetime trip to discover what the media doesn't show you as I talk to the locals, take you to see the tallest mountains in the world, and immerse myself in this Pakistani culture. My trip begins here in Islamabad International Airport, where I'm about to board a short 45-minute flight to Skardu on what is said to be one of the most beautiful flights in the world.
I just arrived in Skardu. What a beautiful flight that was. Look at the mountains that surround us. This is our flight. Wow, the first impression, this has to be the best flight I have ever taken. If you ever get a chance to come to Skardu, sit on the right side and enjoy the views. Now I'm gonna go on the bus, go to the terminal and find my driver, and from there on out we're gonna start exploring Skardu and a beautiful area here in northern Pakistan.
This had to be one of the most breathtaking airport landings I've ever taken part of. I quickly jumped onto the bus shuttle, retrieved my luggage, and met up with my driver, with whom I'd be spending the next couple of days and becoming really close friends with as we explore northern Pakistan.
We just parked at the upper Kachura Lake. Let me introduce you to my driver, Farad. He's a local driver who's gonna be taking me around the beautiful Gilgit-Baltistan region, and we're gonna be exploring some of the best scenery I've ever witnessed. So we are just few steps away from reaching upper Kachura Lake, and as you're walking by, there's a lot of shops selling apricots, dried goods, restaurants that you can stay in. This is the upper Kachura Lake. There are actually two of these beautiful lakes here that I'm gonna take you to. As you can see, there are boats, there's kids swimming, a group of people just came by. It is a great place to come out and just enjoy the nature here. I just talked to the owner and he told me that this lake is actually fed from the underground channels, where I thought the water is actually coming from the glaciers. You can see there's a boat right there going around. And the lake is very clear. Just being surrounded by these mountains makes me so happy, and I cannot wait for what's to come in the days ahead. Now I am going down to lower Kachura Lake, and it's the same road you take to get to the upper Kachura Lake, but I decided to hike it because I want to show you guys what I am seeing here as I'm walking through the small shops and the village and the people that I'm walking across, and just give you guys a glimpse of what the life here is like in Pakistan. This is now the lower Kachura Lake, and around this lake is the Shangri-La Resort. It is a very fine resort, very expensive, but you can come here and visit. It costs 1,000 Pakistani rupees to enter, which is about $4 US, and you have these beautiful homes right on the lake, surrounded by the mountains. And just imagine waking up in these rooms with these beautiful views of the mountains right in front of you. The grounds here are so well kept clean. There's smell of fresh flowers. Everything's neat and tidy. There's restaurants on the premises, and we're gonna take a loop around and just walk around this beautiful area.
After a quick visit to the most beautiful resort in Skardu, I hopped back in the car and headed east to the Sarfaranga cold desert for some off-road activities in one of the highest situated deserts on the planet.
Just crossed into Shigar, the land of K2. This is where the famous, one of the most famous and most dangerous mountain in the world lives. Long way that way, but we just crossed that bridge. You could see the old bridge right down there and the new bridge that they just built. You have to have your passport on you at all times because they do check it upon entering. And we are just steps away from the Sarfaranga cold desert. I am literally stepping on sand high in the mountains. And since we were driving in, I noticed that beautiful big waterfall streaming right from the mountains. Now we are finally here at the cold desert. You guys might think about Sahara Desert, Namib Desert, many other hot deserts, but this one is cold. And the reason why it's cold is because it can get up to minus 25 degrees Celsius here during the winter time, and especially when the sun goes down, this desert gets cold. There are two of these, the Sarfaranga and the Katpana. The Katpana is a lot smaller, so we came to the Sarfaranga. And here you can find many activities such as jeep safaris on the dunes that are right behind me. You can do motor glides, but however, with the strong winds today, they called it off for safety reasons. So I decided we're gonna go on a jeep safari. So we're taking this jeep open top and we're gonna go check out the dunes right there. Let's go. What a thrilling ride that was, and we just made it to the river bend. Take a look behind me. You see how the Indus River just makes a bend and continues downstream. So much wind was blowing in my face. I have cotton mouth right now. I can't even speak. And there's another group of people right there that are also on a safari. It's such a fun thing to do when you're here in Skardu. It's such a unique experience. Before coming to Skardu, I've never even heard of a cold desert, but here I am. An experience for the ages. We just got back to the starting point, and wow, just driving around those dunes. As you're going down, you can't see. When you're starting to come up and you can't see what's on the other side. Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna fly up? Or are you just gonna slowly go over the hump? But who would have thought that I would have come to Pakistan to go on a jeep safari out in the dunes? This is a must if you're coming here to Skardu. I highly recommend it. Back to Skardu, and I wanted to touch one more cold desert. This is the Katama Desert. It's the second of the cold deserts here in Skardu, but it is this smaller one. As you can see, there's a lot of residential buildings behind me and not a single tourist inside, but these beautiful mountains surround Skardu. And I want to tell you guys about one more thing. Skardu in Balti language means lowlands, so the lowland sits between these beautiful mountain ranges, which makes it for a perfect surrounding and a perfect way to end today's video. It was my my first day here in Pakistan, first day interacting with the locals and getting to know the way of life here, the culture, the vibes. It was truly amazing, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the week has to offer. I hope you guys join me for my next adventures. As-salamu Alaykum, and see you next time.